Hello, fellow DKG sisters. Diane Colin here, bringing greetings from Gamma Chi Chapter in Warren County, North Carolina. In 2019, I applied for and was awarded the Maxine and Don McCall Endowment Grant for $1,000 to purchase drums like this beautiful Tabano for Vaughn Elementary Global School, where I serve as their music teacher. I was able to purchase 6 tall drums of 3 different sizes for our music program. Until we closed due to COVID, we were working on rhythm patterns and music of other cultures through our global focus. Everybody drummed, from kindergarten and EC through grade 5, with the 5th graders becoming the most proficient in a very short time. I welcome you today with a call and response chant from Africa. This rhythm pattern was performed at one of our music programs last year. The words, though, have been changed for us, honoring the work that DKG does to support schools for Africa. I hope you enjoy. Hello, fellow DKG sisters. Diane Colin here, bringing greetings from Gamma Chi Chapter in Warren County, North Carolina. In 2019, I applied for and was awarded the Maxine and Don McCall Endowment Grant for $1,000 to purchase drums like this beautiful Tabano for Vaughn Elementary Global School, where I serve as their music teacher. I was able to purchase 6 tall drums of 3 different sizes for our music program. Until we closed due to COVID, we were working on rhythm patterns and music of other cultures through our global focus. Everybody drummed, from kindergarten and EC through grade 5, with the 5th graders becoming the most proficient in a very short time. I welcome you today with a call and response chant from Africa. This rhythm pattern was performed at one of our music programs last year. The words, though, have been changed for us, honoring the work that DKG does to support schools for Africa. I hope you enjoy. Honoring their service, that's DKG. Advancing their Hello, fellow DKG sisters. Diane Colin here, bringing greetings from Gamma Chi Chapter in Warren County, North Carolina. In 2019, I applied for and was awarded the Maxine and Don McCall Endowment Grant for $1,000 to purchase drums like this beautiful Tabano for Vaughn Elementary Global School, where I serve as their music teacher. I was able to purchase 6 tall drums of 3 different sizes for our music program. Until we closed due to COVID, we were working on rhythm patterns and music of other cultures through our global focus. Everybody drummed, from kindergarten and EC through grade 5, with the 5th graders becoming the most proficient in a very short time. I welcome you today with a call and response chant from Africa. This rhythm pattern was performed at one of our music programs last year. The words, though, have been changed for us, honoring the work that DKG does to support Schools for Africa. I hope you enjoy. Chapter in
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma Educational Foundation annual meeting. I am so glad that you have taken your time this afternoon to join us for our annual meeting. With that said, I will turn this meeting over to the chair, Sheila Groves, who will be presiding for the remainder of this meeting. Sheila?
Teresa, congratulations to you and the planning committee on an informative and entertaining convention. Your colossal undertaking of the virtual kind gave us the opportunity to enjoy beautiful Region 11 from the comfort of our couch and the many accomplishments of the DKG members and chapters across North Carolina in this week-long celebration. Thank you, President Teresa, Planning Committee, and Region 11. How wonderful was that drum performance? Diane Colin and her students were a grand way to get us all started, and a delightful reminder of how your generosity makes exciting things happen. By now, you know to sign in but if you haven't, please enter your name and chapter in the chat. The chat box will be needed for voting during this meeting, so please hold that chatter until after this meeting is adjourned. At this time, the 2021 North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma Educational Foundation annual meeting will come to order. If there's no objection, the program agenda is approved. I'm delighted to welcome you as foundation members to the annual meeting. We are here to ignite the pride we share in the success of the foundation and the accomplishments of members, chapters, educators, and students across North Carolina made possible through grants and scholarships. It is now my pleasure to recognize the foundation officers and personnel. Sharon Frazier, Vice Chair, Dr. Mary Colley, Secretary, Betty Marshall, Treasurer, Dr. Judith Carlson, Dot Carter, Ruth Jones, Dr. Barbara Leonard, Maxine McCall, and Gloria Quick. Emily Weigel, Dr. Sherry Willis, Dr. Teresa Cowan, the North Carolina DKG President, and Hilda Parlay, North Carolina DKG's second Vice President and first Vice President-elect. The foundation personnel, there are two members, Patricia Pemberton, historian, and Rita Shardell, our webmaster. They aren't part of our board, but they are definitely hardworking foundation members. Okay, here we go.
Can you hear me?
Betty, if you hold on just 1 minute, I have I have a few more people to recognize.
Okay, I just saw the slide.
No, thank you. We'll get back to you in just a second. Okay. The foundation functions through its active committees. I'd like to recognize the members who are currently serving on those committees. Nominations Committee, Dr. Mary Colley, Chair, Louise Lomick, Emily Weigel, Ellen Gregg, Dr. Misty Hathcock, and Vicki Rogers. Finance Committee, Dr. Barbara Leonard, Chair, Dr. Teresa Cowan, Ruth Jones, Jean Yelverton, Betty Marshall. The Grants Committee, Dot Carter, Chair, Maxine McCall, Dr. Patricia Woods, Bonnie Siegner, Sharon Frazier, Dr. Barbara Leonard, Elizabeth Myers, Connie Savelle, Phyllis Broughton, Mary Lindsay. The Communications Committee, Sharon Frazier, Chair, Dr. Sherry Willis, Editor, Rita Shardell, Webmaster, Susan Phipps, Donor Acknowledgements, and Hilda Parlay. Dr. Judy Carlson, Donor Relations, and Maxine McCall, Legacy League. On that Legacy League, these ladies also volunteer: Suzanne Irwin, Pat Taylor, Bonnie Siegner, Patricia Pemberton, Louise Lomick. I want to mention a few other fundraising events that didn't exactly get off the ground this year, but a big thank you to Patricia Taylor for coordinating the talent show that we'll see in the future, and Deb Wakefield for being the golf tournament coordinator. Another big thank you for organizing the Day of Giving to Dr. Sherry Willis, and for leading us in celebrating a teacher, to Sharon Frazier. Thank you for your leadership. The following members are appointed to the Minutes Review and Approval Committee for 2021 annual meeting. Linda Little, Chair, Louise Lomick, and Connie Savelle. The May 4th, 2019 annual meeting minutes have been approved by the 2019 Minutes Review and Approval Committee. Today's reports include highlights from the board. Nominations, Dr. Mary Cawley, Committee Chair, financial report, Treasurer Betty Marshall, grants, Dot Carter, Committee Chair, and fundraising, Sharon Frazier, Board Vice Chair. Officers and committee chairs will give reports in the order listed without further introduction. It is my pleasure to share with you some foundation highlights from the last 2 years. But where do I start? There are so many things that happened since the last time we gathered face to face. The Board of Directors welcomed 2 new members, Ruth Jones and Gloria Quick. State Organization President, Dr. Teresa Cowan, and Second Vice President Hilda Parlay were also active members of the 2019-2021 board. New donor advised funds were endowed. Margaret Church Endowment, established in her memory to support leadership development for North Carolina teachers and students grades 4 through 12. Delta Road Chapter Endowment, promoting worthy educational literacy projects in Lee County. Linda Richards Endowment, established in her memory to provide grants for female volleyball coaches in North Carolina, priority given to Catawba County. The Simmons Longest Endowment, established by Gamma Kappa Chapter to celebrate the contributions of 2 beloved members, supports personal and professional growth and leadership opportunities for active and retired DKG members in Region 6. Dr. Judith Carlson Endowment, established in her honor by Alpha Gamma Chapter, supports opportunities for travel and unique learning experience for North Carolina teachers and students. By ncdkg Executive Board vote on October 24th, 2020, it was agreed the State Organization Scholarship Fund and the Pauline Moser Longest Leadership Development Fund would be transferred from North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma to the North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma Educational Foundation. A memorandum of understanding identifying the roles and responsibilities of the state organization and the foundation was signed December 17th, 2020. Contributions to these 2 funds are now tax deductible through the foundation. The board enlisted the assistance of financial advisor Dennis Hobbs to make recommendations and investments that meet the objectives of the foundation. Mr. Hobbs has experience with DKG as advisor to international and several other state organizations. In the reports that follow, you will learn more about the work and the achievements of the foundation. As foundation members, you deserve congratulations. You share in the pride of these many accomplishments and the success of this foundation. Okay, nominations. Okay, Mary, are you ready?
Yes, I lost you for a moment. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Madam Chairman, on behalf of the Nominations Committee, I move the re-election of Dorothy Carter, Sharon Frazier, Dr. Barbara Leonard as directors of the Foundation Board for a consecutive second 4-year term, effective July 1, 2020 to June 30, 2024.
It is moved the re-election of Dorothy Carter, Sharon Frazier, and Dr. Barbara Leonard as directors of the Foundation Board for a consecutive second 4-year term effective July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024. Coming from a committee, no second is needed. Is there discussion? If so, please enter that in the chat. Okay, are you ready for the question? The question is, the re-election of Dorothy Carter, Sharon Frazier, and Dr. Barbara Leonard as directors of the Foundation Board for a consecutive 4-year term, effective July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024. All in favor, type yes in the chat. Opposed, no. Enter no in the chat. Okay, the motion to reelect, the motion for the reelection of Dorothy Carter, Sharon Frazier, and Dr. Barbara Leonard as directors of the Foundation Board for a consecutive 4-year term effective July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024 passes. Okay, thank you, Mary.
Madam Chairman, on behalf of the foundation of the nominations committee, I move the election of acting board member Gloria Quick as a director of the foundation board for a 4-year term effective July 1, 2020 to June 30, 2024.
It is moved the election of acting board member Gloria Quick as a director of the foundation board for a 4-year term effective July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024. Coming from a committee, no second is needed. Is there discussion? Please enter in the chat. Okay, are you ready for the question? The question is the election of acting board member Gloria Quick as a director of the foundation board for a 4-year term effective July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024. All in favor, please enter yes in the chat. Opposed, enter no. The motion for the election of acting board member Gloria Quick as a director of the foundation board for a 4-year term effective July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2024 passes.
Madam Chairman, on behalf of the nominations committee, I move the reelection of the following nominees as directors of the foundation board for a consecutive second 4-year term effective July 1, 2021 to June 30, 2025. The nominees are Dr. Judith Carlson, Betty Marshall, Maxine McCall, and Mary Cawley.
It is moved the reelection of the following nominees as directors of the foundation board for a consecutive second 4-year term effective July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2025. The nominees are Dr. Judith Carlson, Betty Marshall, Maxine McCall, and Dr. Mary Cawley. Is there discussion? If so, please enter in the chat. Okay, I think you're ready for the question. The question is the reelection of the following nominees as directors of the foundation board for a consecutive second 4-year term effective July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2025. The nominees are Dr. Judith Carlson, Betty Marshall, Maxine McCall, and Dr. Mary Cawley. All in favor, please enter yes in the chat. Opposed, no. The motion for the re-election of the following nominees as directors of the Foundation Board for a consecutive second four-year term effective July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2025. The nominees are Dr. Judith Carlson, Betty Marshall, Maxine McCall, and Dr. Mary Colley. Passes.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Barry. Okay, Betty, you need your financial report slides now, right?
I'm waiting for the slides.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, since we did not have our meeting last time, I have divided the income and expenses in the two previous terms so that you can see the successful fundraisers. Honor and Remember continues to be a very positive fundraiser for us, as do the raffles. And the golf tournament promised to be great, but as Sheila pointed out, we had to postpone that because of COVID. The Day of Giving was very beneficial to us as well. So we can go to the next slide, I think. We show the expenses, and as you can see that the major expenses are the grants that we give every year. Each year, the major expenses are the grants that are given. There are a few other expenses having to do with printing and Fidelity Bond nonprofit dues use of headquarters. We do pay $250 a year for our use of headquarters. So at the end of the April the 15th this year, we have $109,536.06 in the main banking at BB&T. And this includes two new partially funded endowments. So on the next slide, you can see all the endowments that we do have. So we have 6 chapter endowments, and this is the Betsy and Fred Cranford one by Alpha Nu was very first one, started in 2016. And then we had 2 actually started in 2020, just last year, Delta Rho and the Simmon Longest. We had 2 in 2018, and we had 1 in 2019. So these all have this much, the checking accounts this much, and you will see where the rest of their money is. The Cranford Fund has a CD, which is still not going to mature until next year. And the next slide shows the the one that shows the individual endowments. Right. So these are individual endowments begun in 2018 and 2019. And Sheila alluded to some of those as being more recent in the last couple of years. We also have an endowment of $25,000 for our general fund. Okay, so now you can go to the next slide. So the amount that is needed, okay, so the amount that is needed for, okay, we also have these state organization funds that were moved over to us, as Sheila pointed out, and we actually got a fixed annuity of $40,000 from the $46,000 for the longest leadership, and we also the state finance committee had made a motion to retain $100,000 and just use the rest for their scholarships. So these 2 fixed annuities were purchased for a 3-year period to get a much more substantial amount of interest, which is abominably low at the moment. So if you go back to that other slide about how we also, right here, thank you. So the amount that is necessary to establish an endowment cannot be spent. And so that all those monies right there from all those endowments, we pooled all those together for $101,000 total in order to make an interest rate that was 1.85 when all we could get was 0.0001% otherwise. So these endowments will get a much better interest rate than they could have gotten by themselves. And they are getting a much better interest rate because we were able to pool all of these together. So, Madam President, Chairman, that is my report.
Thank you. Will be filed.
Madam Chairman, ncdkg EF members, it is my great pleasure to report on the grants and scholarships which the Foundation has awarded in the past 2 years. You have heard from and will hear from recipients of some of these grants and scholarships. In 2019-20, the Foundation awarded 13 grants, 5 foundation grants in the amount of $600 each, 3 Betsy and Fred Cranford Endowment grants at $1,000 each, 2 Groves Little Endowment grants at $1,000 each, 1 Linda Tamlin Endowment grant at $1,000, and 2 Maxine and Don McCall Endowment grants at $1,000 each. In the spring of 2020, 5 Marilyn F. Greenwich Gray scholarships in the amount of $3,000 were awarded to students in North Carolina universities who are majoring in music education or elementary education. Thanks to Theta Chapter for making this possible. In the fall cycle of 2020-21, the Foundation awarded 10 grants, 8 foundation grants in the amount of $500, 1 Linda Tamlin Endowment grant at $1,000, and 1 Betsy and Fred Cranford Endowment grant at $1,000. Because the number of proposals for grants was significantly lower in the fall of 2020, and at the request of some of the endowed grants, the Foundation Board opened a spring cycle of grants this year in 2021. So in the spring cycle of 2021, the Foundation awarded 6 grants, 2 foundation grants in the amount of $500, 1 Margaret Church Endowment grant in the amount of $1,000, 2 Maxine and Don McCall Endowment grants at $1,000, 1 Simmons Longest Endowment grant at $500. And again, thanks to Theta Chapter, this spring, 2001, the Foundation awarded 5 Marilyn F. Greenwich Gray scholarships of $3,000 in elementary education and music education. The Grants Committee thanks all who have made these grants and scholarships possible. As you may have noticed, new endowments were awarded this spring. As chapters and individuals continue to establish endowments to award grants to educators in North Carolina, the possibilities for financial support for educational progress, projects, and professional development expand. Check the Foundation website for information on all grants and scholarships. You could find funding that fits your ideas and/or needs. Usually at the annual meeting, we hear grants recipients report on their project and professional development activities. Because this year is different, we will share a few comments from grant recipients in the last 2 years, and we will also hear from a scholarship recipient.
My profound thanks to the ncdkg Educational Foundation for awarding me a Marilyn F. Greenwich Grace Scholarship. It allowed me to fully immerse myself in my studies as a music education major at UNCG while maintaining my excitement about this career path. It was particularly gratifying during the uncertainty of college life during a pandemic. With appreciation, Carolyn Armfield, 2020 Maryland Grenwiss Grace Scholarship.
The Linda Tamblyn Grant has impacted all my students over the last year. The resources and training I received through the funds of the grant have totally changed the way I teach, so that students of any level can easily learn French. They are more engaged and having fun. I am continuing to learn, but the doors of opportunity that the grant afforded me jump-started my journey to becoming a better teacher. My training would have been more of a patchwork if it hadn't been for the assistance I received from the North Carolina DKG Educational Foundation. Thank you all. Lisa Friesen. I'm a 2019 Linda Tamblyn Grant recipient.
I had the honor of being a Cranford Grant recipient this year, and I'm using this grant to cover the application fee required to work on renewing my national board certification. I also had the pleasure of being one of Betsy Cranford's students when I was in high school. Miss Cranford's French classes were always one of the highlights of my day because of her charming and caring personality. When I became a teacher, I was fortunate to have her guidance for the first several years of my career. To now be the recipient of a grant in her honor that I am using to further my growth as an educator is simply wonderful. This grant has provided me the opportunity to continue growing and reflecting on my teaching practice. Gina Beach, 2021 Cranford Endowment Grant.
I feel extremely thankful for the grant received for my kindergarten classroom. The opportunity to hear stories read in English has been so beneficial for the English language learners. The grant financed 5 personal CD players and more than a dozen books and CDs. Thanks, Molly Grayson McDonald, 2020 Foundation Grant.
Hi, Madam Chair. I now get to talk to you about fundraisers. Fundraising is essential for the Educational Foundation to continue awarding grants. Our second golf tournament that was planned for March, of course, was canceled due to COVID-19. Some sponsors made their money donations, so the foundation had the benefit of a small income. That was our first blessing. In the fall, we had a talent show planned at Edgecombe Community College that was scheduled, also had to be canceled. But a part of that fundraiser was a raffle. North Carolina artist Travis Driver donated a beautiful glass inlay 12-string guitar. Do we have that slide?
Thank you. There is a slide that's for you. Let's see if we can find it. There we are.
There we are. You'll see lovely Pat Taylor there in the middle. She was the winner of that beautiful guitar, and that particular raffle raised over $2,000. Pat was absolutely thrilled. On November 20th, we held our first day of giving. We asked for $5 donations to be given throughout the day, and we posted on Facebook our totals throughout that day. On the day of giving, we raised over $5,000. In support of our teachers, you'll notice at the bottom of our screen, we celebrate a teacher. This past year, we did 101 donations, and we're fortunate enough to receive $10 donations for over 500 teachers across North Carolina. You know, our teachers have been asked to do things this year that they never thought possible. Teaching virtually is not easy. And we wanted to celebrate our teachers in a great way. This particular fundraiser raised over $8,000 and it ended on October 24th. This year, we want to continue to celebrate our teacher. Our teachers will once again be asked to teach in ways that they never thought possible. Some will be teaching virtually and person to person. We would like to once again celebrate our teachers, and this year we're calling it Honoring Heroes. And you will see the lovely Teresa Cowan as our model for this fundraiser. It will begin on August 1st, and we're asking once again for $10 donations to honor an educator that is doing a great job in this trying time. Or you might want to honor a past educator that was a benefit to you. On our webpage, there will be a printable paper. Half of that sheet will be a contribution form that will be mailed in to Betty Marshall, and the other half will be a certificate that you can send to that teacher telling them that they were honored by a donation to the foundation. Our current auction item is a lithograph that is on the virtual marketplace. It is entitled First Light Flight, and it was done by North Carolina artist Bob Timberlake. Please go to the virtual marketplace and make a bid. Funds raised by the foundation make grants possible. We, this year, were able to give 10 $500 scholarships, but only through donations. Please keep an eye out for our donation times and please contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for all of those wonderful reports. And I would like to direct all of the members to see our page in the convention program highlighting the foundation's road to success. Well, 2020 was a challenging year. Many of the activities planned were scaled back or just put on hold. But 2021 looks brighter. The foundation will focus on increasing the knowledge of its mission and purposes among our membership and in our communities. Improve marketing strategies to ensure members and non-members receive information about grants and scholarships. Work with chapters and individuals to create endowments and leave a legacy. Promote participation in foundation activities and events, and explore new investments of foundation funds to maximize growth. You are invited to take an active part in your foundation. Your generosity and vision will impact the personal and professional development of women in excellence in education across North Carolina for years to come. I have a few announcements before we close. The next annual foundation meeting will be held during the North Carolina State Convention in Asheville, April the 29th through May 1st, 2022 at the Asheville Crown Plaza Resort. Please make plans to attend in person. Applications for fall grants due September 30th will be posted on the foundation website by June 30th. Celebrate a Teacher Honoring Heroes begins August 1st. Watch for information in the nutshell and on Facebook and on our website. Be on the lookout for foundation fundraising events this fall as it becomes safe for us to once again gather in person. For more information about volunteering on foundation committees, creating endowments, or leaving a legacy, please contact the board at ncdkgef97@gmail.com. Are there other announcements? I don't see anything coming up in the chat, so I'm going to say congratulations to all of our grant and scholarship recipients. You ignite the pride in our organization. If there are no further announcements, this meeting is adjourned.
You know? Hello, welcome back. It is 2:00. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the closing general meeting of the 2021 ncdkg virtual convention. You know what? If you haven't partaken of your 2021 COVID-19 safety net baggies, I think it's about time. So let's take a second to remind ourselves what was in our baggies. So our baggies were a clever idea so that we could always still feel like we're connected and sharing something. So later today, go outside, blow up your balloon and blow away those COVID-19 blues. And mine is even blue. Blow those blues away. Then in your spare time this afternoon, take that stick of gum and remember that we're always here together. Let's stick together no matter what happens, because COVID-19 did not cancel, remember, did not cancel ncdkg. So let's remember to stick together. And then the lifesavers. We've got to be careful. We've got to practice safety. So remember, if and when you start to venture out into the world again, remember to be safe in all your actions, not just mask wearing and hand washing and 6 feet distancing, the social distancing, but in all things that you do. Be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. Remember your lifesaver. Mints. You know what? I think, and I say this all the time, that you were meant to be a part of DKG, but you know what else? We are all meant to succeed. So no matter what has happened yesterday, today, or what will happen in the future, we are meant to succeed, no matter what COVID brings our way. A puzzle piece. Remember, together, we are all pieces that once we're together create a pretty beautiful picture. So don't forget, you're a piece of this ncdkg puzzle that makes a difference. Smarties. My students used to love Smarties. So use your smarts when you're being safe. Use your smarts when you're building your pieces and putting it all together. Use your intellect, use your gift, use your smarts and share it with others to solve problems in your family, in your community, and in your chapters. Starburst. Don't forget to shine. Don't forget to smile. Someone told me the other day, Teresa, we love it when you smile. You know what? I love it when I smile because smiles are from within. So even if you're wearing a mask, people see your smile. You know why? Because you smile in your eyes. So smile and shine, and don't forget, because you're a starburst waiting to happen. And one of my personal favorites this time is the bee stickers. Be positive, be energetic, be something that someone else needs. Because you know what? Without each other, it could be pretty lonely. But instead, let's be positive. And then last but not least, what we have all become masters of this last 18 months or more is roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. And nicely said, because it's chocolate too, because we know the world revolves around chocolate. So roll with the punches. Enjoy your goodie bag. Enjoy your 2021 COVID safety net pack. And remember, together we're in spirit in spite of this silly pandemic. So I hope you've enjoyed your COVID goodie bag. Remember as we go on that we are shaping the future. Remember as well that we might not figuratively be together or literally be together, but you know, we are shaping the future of North Carolina State Organization. We're shaping the future of current educators. And you know what else? We are shaping the future of our profession. This program today should bring to you a glimmer of our future, and it should provide each of us a sense of comfort that our profession, our society, and our students are in extremely capable hands. Well, speaking of capable hands, It is with great appreciation that I ask Ashley Taylor Layton to bring the inspiration for today. Ashley is an inspiration to me. Young mother, I'm going to try to do this without crying. Entrepreneur, chapter president, committee chair, educator, and so much more, but never too busy to say, how can I help? We can do this, Teresa. I have heard her say that more than once in the last 2 years. Thank you, Ashley, for being my inspiration. Thank you for all you have done for this virtual convention and the virtual meetings in last October. Ashley, you are a rock star, and I want you to hear that publicly. Ashley will be followed by Hilda Parlay, then Michelle Benigno, and Brenda Reese, who will continue as we recognize members. Ashley, I turn it over to you.
Well, thank you. It's always interesting to hear words about yourself. But I'm going to thank you for that compliment. Good afternoon, Madam President, our international guest, and my sisters of North Carolina, Delta Kappa Gamma. I am pleased to be able to offer this afternoon's inspiration. We have spent the last 2 years thinking about how we could grow. We started the biennium with confidence that we had been planted in good ground, and with just a little sprinkling of water and maybe a little fertilizer, we would flourish. Then the cloud came and started devouring our crops. It reminds me of another dark cloud that came into the lives of my ancestors and caught them by surprise. One historian described it this way. Just when the prospect of an abundant spring harvest in 1848 lifted pioneer spirits, hordes of katydids, wingless, dumpy, black, swollen-headed with bulging eyes and cases like goggles, mounted upon legs of steel wire, a cross of the spider on the buffalo, swarmed over the sprouting grain. These nasty creatures, some 3 inches in length, threatened to destroy the settlers' crops and fields in the Salt Lake Valley, and have since been called Mormon crickets. The crop-destroying crickets of 2020 include not only our daily challenges, but also enduring months of restrictions, lethal viruses, political tensions, social injustices, individual losses, children screaming. The list goes on. We may still feel like we're just trying to survive. When we were initiated as members of Delta Kappa Gamma Society International, whether it was in 1961 or 2021, we have committed to promoting the 7 purposes of the society. To promote doesn't mean to wallow in self-pity, dawdle in doubts, or linger in excuses. Rather, promote means to further the progress of something. To promote means to look forward. I share a story of Edward Dubé, an author from Zimbabwe. While I was working in the fields with my mother, she taught me one of the most important lessons in life. It was late in the morning, the sun was up, and we had been hoeing for what I thought to be a very long time. I stopped to look back at what we had accomplished and said to my mother, "Look at all we have done." Mother did not respond. Thinking that she had not heard me, I repeated what I had said a little louder. She still did not reply. Raising my voice a little higher, I repeated again. Finally, she turned to me and said, "Edward, never look back. Look ahead at what we still have to do." As we sit here today, we must too look forward at what we still have to do. We can't sit idle and hope for members to come join our chapter. We cannot keep putting programming off because of physical distancing requirements. We cannot wait for things to return to normal because that normal is gone. Remember those crickets I mentioned at the beginning? The saints didn't just sit there and watch the bugs devour their sustenance. They fought back and they prayed for a miracle. They raced to their fields with aprons, hoes, and brooms. They stomped crickets, poured water on them, buried them in trenches, even used fire to burn and smoke them out. As they continually fought against the pest, using every strategy imagined, the miracle occurred. Just as the crickets were about to devour everything in sight, seagulls miraculously appeared, eating the crickets and saving the saints from sure disaster. We have our own strategies to fight the pest. Phrases like, "Can you hear me? You're on mute," or "I think you're frozen," have become second nature. We have discovered technological skills we didn't know we had, and we have learned to be deliberate about building and fostering relationships in our lives. We have found new hobbies, dusted off old ones, and never appreciated a social gathering as much as we do now. Maybe one of those things has even been your seagull, the thing that has saved you and or your chapter. I don't know what strategy, what program, what outreach, what project will be the seagull for your chapter. But if I've learned anything this biennium, it's that a thriving chapter is not so much what we have done or where we have been, but much more where we are willing to go. Jeffrey R. Holland, an apostle in my church, has counseled, "The past is to be learned from, but not lived in. We look back to claim the embers from glowing experiences, but not the ashes. And when we have learned what we need to learn and have brought with us the best that we have experienced, then we look ahead and remember that faith is always pointed toward the future." Despite the crickets that have attempted to eat away at our Delta Kappa Gamma crops, may we start this new biennium looking ahead to what we still have to do. May our efforts to defend lead to miracles, and may our faith be always pointed toward the future. It's time for us, the Sisters of North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma, to grow forward. Thank you.
Madam President, North Carolina DKG members and international guests, Patricia Woodley, good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege to recognize with many thanks our 2018, 2020, and 2020-2022 Rockin' Regional Directors. They are showcased on our ncdkg website and social media platform. View them and make a comment on social media. Thank you again for your commitment and support of our chapter presidents and co-presidents. You inspired me to stay ready, set, grow. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, Madam President, and everyone else in North Carolina, Delta Kappa Gamma. I would like to take this opportunity as chairperson of the State Scholarship Committee to thank my wonderful committee for all of their service during this biennium. Wendy Bryant, Anna Moose, Rhonda Hager, Debbie Russell, you all are treasures, and I deeply appreciate your service to our organization and specifically on the Scholarship Committee. It is my deep honor to be able to present this year's 2021 Emmons Flinton Doctoral Scholarship Awardee. Her name, which I will tell you in just a moment, a little suspense never hurts, right? Her name is coming up, but a little bit about her. She is pursuing her doctoral degree in curriculum and instruction from Gardner-Webb. I would like to mention that she is doing some specific research on how to eliminate some of the performance gaps that we see in education and promoting equity for all students. That is some of the research that she's specifically focusing on during this time of development. I also would like to mention that she has served as chapter president and on many state committees. Her references have talked about how collaborative she is and how authentically engaged she always is. She is very faithful to her chapter, Gamma Tau, and she has an incredible passion for educational excellence. And they say that it is very contagious, which I can't wait for you to meet. She's going to share a little bit about herself and about some of the things that she's working on. And so you will see just how contagious this wonderful person is. So it is my distinct honor to present this year's Emmons Flinton Doctoral Scholarship winner, Cheryl Wright. Cheryl, I hope you're on and can take over here in just a second.
I'm here. I'm here. And I'm so very thankful and grateful to you, Michelle, and to all my Delta Kappa Gamma sisters in love. I would first really like to thank my 3 references, because when you're asked to fill in an application and you're asked for references, you know, the first thing you say was, who do I get? Who do I get? And I had so many people that I could choose from, because I love all of my Delta Kappa Gamma sisters, and being the president and then being the regional director for Region 3, I got to go around the region and meet a lot of my sisters and just collaborate with them. So at first I was like, well, let me ask Nancy Tunstall, because I just love her so much. And I was like, no, Pat Taylor. So I asked Pat, and then I asked, and she said, definitely, it is going to be my honor to do it. And that just kind of brought tears to my eyes. And then I asked my current professor, who is also a sister, and her name is Dr. Kelly Prost. And she said, surely I will do that. And then I asked Miss Crystal Williams, who has been the Gamma Tau treasurer forever. So she kind of knows me in and out. And they agreed so wholeheartedly. And it just really brought tears to my eyes. I was very, very, very honored and thankful to them for doing that. So with the money that I will receive, it would definitely go toward my tuition. It would actually pay a good chunk for, you know, my whole semester. I majored in curriculum and instruction at Gardner-Webb University. And I plan to position myself to be a consult for teacher education programs, because I believe that that's where relational pedagogy for equity and all will start. So I'm going to try to position myself to be a part of the, to influence teacher educational programs and to consult pedagogy. And I also, hopefully I would get to do a little bit of writing for ASCD. Again, I just want to say thank you so very much. When I first joined Delta Kappa Gamma, and so when I was asked to join, I thought, okay, let me think about it. And then I looked, I was like, well, this organization takes care of others and they take care of their own. And that is just, you know, that meant so much to me. So I am really excited to be receiving this scholarship. I am honored. I am humbled. That amount of money is nothing to sneer at. If I received $5, that would have been $5 more than I had. And I would have been just as grateful. But thank you so much. And thank you, Michelle. You kept reaching out and you're just so kind. So thank you, everyone.
Well, my specific honor. So congratulations again, Cheryl. And we look forward to hearing a little bit more specifically about some of your research next year in the 2022 convention in Asheville. So thank you so much. You are contagious. I agree with your references. You are definitely contagious and a joy. Thank you for being my sister and this year's Emmons Flinton Doctoral Scholarship awardee.
Thank you.
And we'll turn it over to Brenda.
Madam President, sister DKG members, and visitors to our convention, I am very happy that this year we get to present our very first Beginning Teacher Award. And this year, our awardee is an high school English teacher in a high poverty school. And we are very excited to be able to also help this not only present words of wisdom and praise to this new person, but to also be able to help them financially. And they should be expecting something in the mail in the next few weeks. So our 2021 ncdkg Beginning Teacher Award goes to Taylor Moore, who was nominated by Beta Upsilon in Region 1. And we want to say a strong thank you to Taylor. As a novice teacher, Taylor maintains high expectations for her students with love and support. Her commitment to her community is evident in all of her activities as a high school English teacher. She takes challenges as opportunities to grow, and we will be sharing a check in the mail with her for $1,000 in the near future. Taylor, have you been able to join us? I don't see her, but we will take care of her in the future and make sure that she gets all the accolades that she deserves. Thank you. Oh, there she is. I'm sorry, Taylor, I didn't see you.
Thank you so much. I'm just so overwhelmed. This is just such an honor. I appreciate this. I'd like to say thank you to the chapter and to Miss Cynthia Grimes for nominating me for this. I am from Martin County. I'm a high school English teacher and where I teach 9th and 10th grade English. And I'm so grateful and blessed for this. Thank you so much.
Well, I love the fact that you had a Walking Dead fan club and that you had all of your students published in poetry and writing and actual writing. Over 50 students published. That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. I actually found out last week that we have even more that have been published this week. So super excited.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, if that doesn't make you feel good, I'm not really sure what else I could have done this afternoon. So I want to say thank you, first of all, to Hilda for her work in the last 2 years with the regional directors. But then I also want to take a quick moment to say a specific thank you to our 2018-2020 regional directors, as well as, of course, the 2020-22 that are actively working right now. So we know that the congratulations that are on the virtual market, or excuse me, the virtual showcases, it feels different than it did when we're in person. But please know it is still our honor to you. We love you, we thank you, and we felt like this is something we can continue to say, but we also wanted to show you. But if you watch or follow me on social media, I made a statement this morning about regional directors based on the fact that it appears that the executive board or the executive committee as well is kind of like the backbone of our society at the state level and at the international level. So in my mind, I see the regional directors as kind of the rib structure of if we're the backbone. Because the ribs, those of you that know anatomy, gives us support. Our ribs give us protection. You know what else? Our ribs give us strength. So if I have to be the part of the backbone, I am so proud to have spent the last 2 years working with some pretty phenomenal ribs. Regional directors, thank you for being our protection, our support, and our strength as you work with our chapters, because without you, we would not be where we are. You are the successful link. You make the difference. I encourage every one of you to go watch the virtual showcases for chapter presidents and for regional directors if you haven't already done so. And also encourage you to use them for chapter programs. Put them on your website. Use them. Showcase these people that work so hard to make the difference for our society. But also, don't forget, a new cycle will be coming up in a year. So if you have any interest in being a regional director, don't stand back. Ask questions. Contact previous regional directors or current regional directors. Get their input so that you can step into what I have been told is the best role ever for a North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma member. People that have been regional directors love it. You don't want to miss that opportunity. So watch and listen as that cycle comes back in a year. A special congratulations as well. As my dear friend Michelle introduced Cheryl Wright, she makes me want to smile because I could just hear in Cheryl the appreciation for that monetary donation. Cheryl, I echo those words because I felt the same way years ago when I received one. I'm like you, $5, $50, it mattered not. It was more than I had. So Cheryl, congratulations. And we look forward to hearing more about your doctoral program. And then, wow, Taylor, when I read your application that was submitted by yourself and by the chapter, it made me feel like the future is bright. Hence today, celebrating and shaping our future, not just Delta Kappa Gamma future, but the future of our profession. Taylor, you were one of many applicants. And these applicants were amazing. And thank you for all the chapters that took the time to submit a beginning teacher application. Taylor, I compliment you for what you've achieved thus far, and I look forward to what you will achieve in the future. And I'm also saying out loud, when is this young lady going to be inducted? So if she is not already on that radar, Taylor, I would love to officially ask you to consider becoming a member. So ladies, thank you for that. Thank you as we continue to look at people at different seasons of their profession, but still always doing what makes a difference as they ready, set, grow in their professions. Thank you for the Beginning Teacher Committee. Thank you to the Scholarship Committee. And thank you for your continual service over this biennium. And I know I've said it before, but thank you to all my committee chairs and the committee members that have really stepped it up over the last 2 years. Now, with that said, I would like for you to listen just for a moment about something that is very special. Dedication and service kind of seem to have been a thread woven throughout this entire convention, and it's woven throughout our state organization completely. That theme of dedication and service is personified in our current ncdkg Executive Secretary, Dr. Barbara Perry Sheldon. It has been, wow, my pleasure and my honor to have worked alongside Barbara, to learn, I'm going to cry, I'm sorry, to learn from Barbara, but also to be honored by the things that Barbara has given to me in this society and as a person and in this profession. Barbara brings to us that quiet undertone of all that needs to be done can be done if we work together. Barbara brings to us wisdom and professionalism of our society, but also wisdom and graciousness of how we should be as people. It is my great honor to say to you, Barbara, that your service over the last number of years is something we could not have done without. We recognize you for your service. You are a valued member, but you are a valued friend. Your dedication to the membership, to this society, and to each of us is not something we can ever forget. Barbara, join me on the screen, if you will, Ashley. Barbara, I'd like for you to hear that we have collected a lovely donation that is going to be made to the North Carolina Educational Foundation in your honor. Barbara, that sum has surpassed $1,000 thus far. You are loved. You are appreciated. Your service and dedication is hands down something we can all work and hope to only assimilate one day. Barbara, we love you. And I would like to give you the floor for a moment if you would like to take it.
Well, this is quite a surprise. I really do appreciate both the ad in the program and certainly the contribution to the foundation. I do value very much what the foundation does. It's been my pleasure to serve in this role. I've grown, I've learned a lot, and I know there's still much I have to learn in the years to come. I look forward to mentoring the person chosen to be the next Ada State or ncdkg Executive Secretary. But thank you again for this honor that you've given me and the opportunity to serve. Thank you.
You are so welcome, Barbara. And I hope that me catching you off guard here was okay. And as usual, you rise to the occasion with such grace, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Well, speaking of that transitional comment of what she just said, looking forward to mentoring the new persons coming in. The chair now recognizes Connie Savell, immediate past president, who will conduct the installation ceremony for the 2021-2023 ncdkg state officers. Connie?
As your immediate past president, it was really wonderful to see the presentation for Barbara. Congratulations and thank you. As Teresa said, I couldn't have done my job without Barbara. But as we begin this ceremony to install our newly elected ncdkg officers, you can see behind me, I found one of our old pictures of one of our conventions that had the podium and the flowers. So I wanted you to see that so that you'll feel a little bit like we're at a real convention. But I want to also personally thank the other nominees who sought state officer positions. Remember, your name was placed on the slate of nominees because you were capable to fill that office. With an election, only one person wins. And I want to personally encourage you to stay involved. And I want to thank you for your leadership. Last night, when Trish shared the slide that 20 North Carolina members have participated in the DKG Leadership Management Seminar, or now called DKG Ignite, I'm one of those members. But ladies, I applied 3 times before I was selected for this training. And I definitely know that that was my season to get that. Those friendships, that networking, you can't replace. So everyone, remember, each one of you are key women educators impacting education. President Teresa, thank you for 2 growing years of service to our North Carolina State organization. Your leadership, dedication, and commitment have energized us and advanced our mission to promote women in leadership roles and excellence in education. Ashley, thank you for pointing us that faith points us to the future. So, Madam President, I am honored to install the 2021-2023 North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma State Organization officers. The members of the North Carolina State Organization of the Delta Kappa Gamma Society International have placed their trust in you, the incoming officers, to uphold the responsibilities of your offices for the next 2 years. Progress in the work of the state organization, its status in the international society, and its effect upon the vitality of the educational life in this state and potentially in the world will be greatly influenced by you. Beth Winston. You have been elected as the president of the North Carolina State Organization of the Delta Kappa Gamma Society International for the biennium of the 2021-2023. In the role as state president, you have the responsibility to preside at meetings of the ncdkg, to appoint standing and special committees, and to fill by appointment vacancies as needed. You will represent the North Carolina State Organization at state meetings, regional conferences, and international conventions as a vital participant in the international society. You will serve as chair of the State Executive Committee and consult with them on business matters between regular state business meetings. As chair of the State Executive Board, you will facilitate meetings and decisions about finance, policies, procedures, date, site of meetings, and other business which comes before it. With the treasurer, you will execute legal documents authorized by the executive board or convention. Members throughout the state will look to you for inspiration, leadership, commitment to the mission, vision, and purposes of the society, and to fulfill North Carolina's vision to be recognized as voices of influence, empowering North Carolina women educators. Will you assume these responsibilities?
I will.
Hilda Parlay.
I'm here.
You have agreed to serve as the first vice president of the North Carolina State Organization of the Delta Kappa Gamma Society International and have been elected to the office for the biennium of 2021-2023. In that role, you will serve as a member of the executive committee with the other elected officers of the state organization. This committee has the responsibility to make business decisions for the ncdkg between regular meetings of the executive board and convention. You are automatically a member of the state executive board, and as first vice president, you may on occasion be called upon to preside for the president on the board or at other business meetings in her absence. Specific tasks are assigned to your position in the state's governing documents, and additional tasks may be assigned by the president. Should the president be unable to perform, you will automatically succeed to the duties of the president. Members throughout the state will look to you for inspiration, leadership, and commitment as you promote the mission, the vision, and purposes of the society, and as you support programs and activities that enhance the state's recognition as voices of influence, empowering North Carolina women educators. Will you, Hilda, accept these responsibilities?
I will.
Tammy Cullum, you are now the second vice president of North Carolina DKG for the biennium 2021-2023. As second vice president, You are a member of the Executive Committee, a subcommittee of the State Executive Board. In this position, you will demonstrate integrity and willingness to compromise and a commit to team success. As the second vice president, you will coordinate the work of the 11 regional directors in North Carolina and act as a conduit for information between and among the state leadership and the regions and members across the state. Members throughout the state will look to you for inspiration, for leadership, and commitment as you promote the mission, vision, and purposes of the society, as well as to fulfill the state vision to be recognized as voices of influence, empowering North Carolina women educators. Will you accept these responsibilities?
I will.
Patrice Patty Higgins, welcome to the work of the state organization level. You are now the North Carolina Recording Secretary for the biennium 2021-2023. In this role, you will be one of the 4 elected officers to serve on the executive committee to offer support to the president in matters of business between regular executive board meetings. In addition, you will serve as a member of the executive board, and you will prepare its minutes and minutes of other state business meetings. You will facilitate a minutes approval process after each business meeting to ensure accuracy and timely reporting of the actions of ncdkg in its official minutes. Members throughout the state will look to you for inspiration, leadership, and commitment to fill the role of recording secretary with accuracy and punctuality. You are to promote the mission, vision, and purposes of the society, as well as to fulfill the state's vision to be recognized as voices of influence, empowering North Carolina women educators. Will you accept these responsibilities, Patty?
I will.
Teresa Cowan, retiring president, will now make the presentation of the state president's pin.
First of all, I have a few remarks that I was asked to give. Congratulations to the 2021-2023 ncdkg state officers. The biennium is in strong, capable hands. May your time of service be filled with creative actions, forward-thinking decisions, and lifelong joyful memories. Thank you for your desire and your willingness to serve. Know that your role comes with significant responsibilities, ones that I know you are capable of meeting. But always remember, you are not in this alone, and that there are countless members ready, willing, and able to assist you when needed. Congratulations and thank you. Please now split screen with Beth. Thank you. Ann Briley will present the state president's pin to incoming president Beth Winstead on my behalf. For those of you that do not know, Ann Briley is Beth Winstead's mother, a longtime ncdkg member. President Winstead, I am honored to recognize your new role in the North Carolina State Organization as the Delta Kappa Gamma Society International with your state president's pin. Ann has pinned you as the new state president on my behalf. Please all join us and give our new officers a round of figurative virtual applause, a thumbs up, a celebratory emoji, or whatever you wish to congratulate and show these ladies we are so proud of them and we are here for you. We congratulate you, and we give you our support. Thank you. Connie?
President Teresa, that was exciting to see and do that. That was special. That's a little different, and I love it. President Teresa, Bonnie Golden will present you with a Stuart Nye sterling silver pen, the Order of the Dogwood. The Order of the Dogwood was established to recognize and show appreciation and respect for the North Carolina State Organization past presidents. Thank you, Bonnie, for honoring Teresa as our outgoing president. Teresa, thank you for all your hard work to make this virtual convention a possibility. At this time, before you go to passing the gavel, I'd like to recognize First Vice President Toby Worthington. She has requested a point of personal privilege. Toby.
On behalf of North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma, we present this hand-painted barn quilt to President Teresa for all of her hard work and dedication. This iris was painted and donated by Sharon Frazier. Thank you, Sharon, for doing such a wonderful job. And thank you, Teresa, for everything that you have done the last 2 years and other years that you have been involved. We will get this to you, don't worry. It'll be May, but we're going to get it to you.
It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Sharon. And thank you, everyone. What a joy, because you know what that means to me, and you know what irises mean to me, and you also know what barn quilts mean. So that is a significant choice. And I will be able to look at it so often and just remember all of you and remember these last 2 years with great smiles. I promise. I promise. Thank you so much. It is now my privilege to pass the gavel figuratively, and if you'll bring Beth back on screen with me, we will pass it literally as well. Beth, just a minute. I hadn't done it yet. Split screen with me, Ashley, if you will. Beth, it is my privilege. Edie, it is my privilege to pass the gavel to the new 2021-2023 North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma State President. Beth, use it wisely in the upcoming biennium. It is an instrument of historical significance, and yet an instrument for shaping the future. Godspeed and congratulations. I now pass the chair recognizes the new incoming president for her acceptance remarks.
Madam President, Executive Board, international guests, and my dear DKG sisters, wow, I am all in awe of your support. I want to thank each of you, and I look forward to working with everyone in the coming biennium. I encourage all our members to look at the committee interest form found on the state website under forms and share your interest. First, I want you to join me in thanking our current officers, President Teresa, First Vice President Toby, Second Vice President Hilda, Secretary Doris, as well as immediate past President Connie, Executive Board Barbara, along with appointed personnel. These ladies have exemplified an incredible can-do spirit in a can't-do world. From suddenly having a 2020 convention canceled to preparing for a total 2021 convention, they have Zoomed, chatted, emailed, and on and on. We owe them an incredible debt of gratitude for their care with NCDKG. Ladies, here is your virtual standing ovation, and hopefully we can all join together in Asheville next year for state convention, for a real one for all of you. I want to share a little bit with you about how I learned of the special relationship between DKG sisters. Many of you know that my mother, Ann Briley, was the North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma Executive Secretary for 15 years. What you may not know is that my husband, Dennis, and my children, Angela and Christopher, were active in ncdkg before I ever was. My son was responsible for running the copier. My daughter stuffed many envelopes and at one time knew almost every member in the state and their chapter name. And this is while they were in elementary and high school. Mom retired as executive secretary when Angela graduated from high school. While my husband packed, unpacked, lifted, sorted boxes of convention paperwork, flags, stands, and especially mugs. I had to promise him there would be no mugs as favors for anything during this biennium. However, I was often intrigued by my mother's unique friendship with her DKG sisters. I wondered if it was real. One of the purposes of DKG is genuine spiritual fellowship. It was when my dad died that I knew that friendship was genuine. The members from around the state that surrounded her with love was incredible. And then when Angela was diagnosed with cancer, ncdkg sisters held our family up again with love and support. I hope each of you will take the time and the effort to make those friendships. I can assure you the bond between DKG sisters is endless and will carry you through your hardest times. The theme for my biennium will be linking the past, the present, and the future. This organization is made up of powerful and busy women. It will take each of us linked together to be voices of influence, empowering North Carolina women educators. President Teresa has already started us down the path of Ready, Set, Grow. Let's all work together to continue to move ncdkg forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. What an unbelievable virtual conference. There are no words to say thank you to all of those who have helped and with President Teresa's organization and leadership. It is phenomenal. Couple things as treasurer I wanted to announce. If you have not done so, please make sure to continue to pay for your registration fees. We're still missing a few and would love to have those in. Another announcement I'd like to make is a $100 donation has been made to the North Carolina, to the DKG International Emergency Fund, honoring President Teresa Cowan for her service and dedication for the past 2 years. Also, please make sure to continue to visit the virtual marketplace. The virtual marketplace is open to anyone. Anyone can go to the virtual marketplace. They do not have to just be registered convention goers. When you go to the marketplace, don't forget to click on the fundraising tab. The fundraising tab has some great options to purchase from our chapters, like name badges, name badge holders, plexiglass engraved stars, trinket dishes, and of course, some of the Asante products for Knickers for Life. Do you like the virtual marketplace? If so, please do not hesitate to give me feedback. That is something that has been thought about that we could do year round to help our chapters. So please don't hesitate to send me feedback on that. At this time, I would like to give you an update of the donations. For Knickers for Life, at this point, and again, you still can give until Friday, we have $4,428.84. For our headquarters, past the house, we have $3,422.96. Wow,
That is unbelievable. Ladies, you rock. That is unbelievable. And again, please, if you have not done so, please share with your other chapter members because they also may want to participate. And we will be taking donations through Friday. If you have any questions or if you have any problems through the week with the virtual marketplace, do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you again for giving me the opportunity to serve you.
Okay, so Leslie is blown away by the amount within your generosity. I want to echo that. It is just something that makes me so proud of being an NCDKG member, to know that you are giving not only of your time, but of your money and your in-kind donations, all of those things that make a difference in our communities and in our society as a whole. Before I proceed with announcements, I also want to remind you about something super cool that's going to happen. So I have been asked to make sure that you remember and invite you to Asheville next year. 2022 will be here before we know it. Before we know it, you will be here in Asheville with me. Are you ready to come to Asheville? Are you ready to come for real this time? Okay, so just keep in mind, the virtual tours of Region 11, which have been super well received, that started on Tuesday and end today. If that hasn't been enough to spark your minds or tempt your souls, go back and watch them again because they're phenomenal. So go ahead and mark your calendars. Book your flights if those of you that want to fly. Pack your bags, start thinking about it now because it's going to be awesome. And we'll be in person. But the biggest thing is mark that calendar. 2022 NCDKG convention at the Crown Plaza, April 29th through May 1st. One more time, April 29th through May 1st. Please let me see you there because I will want to see you. Now, some closing announcements, and they will be short and sweet. But the first thing is that I want to also take this moment to say thank you again for that lovely, lovely barn quilt. I can hardly wait. And it's very interesting. My husband said, Trish, you gonna wear that purple jacket today? I said, yeah, I love my purple jacket. He said, well, you never wear that purple jacket. So you know what? It was meant to be for me to have on my purple jacket today. So purple is not necessarily my color, but you know what? It just has always spoken to me for the last 2 years. I love it. I thank you. And I am very, very much appreciative. It has been an honor to serve. I said that 2 years ago, that I accepted this role because it would be my honor to serve. And it has truly been that, an honor. So let me do my short and sweet announcements so that you can enjoy some of your Sunday afternoon. Thank you for attending. Number one, thank you for attending. Thank you for participating in this virtual event. I was told about 8 months ago, Teresa, no one's going to want to do this. No one is going to want to do 3 days of a virtual event. People are zoomed out. People are tired of this. People are this. People are that. Teresa, no one's going to want to do this. But I knew in my heart that we needed to do this. We needed this opportunity to see each other, honor each other, note each other's accomplishments. We needed this time. It could not be pulled off in a couple hours on a Saturday. This is our time. And our convention in the spring, we all look forward to. So I say to you, thank you for attending. Thank you for participating. Number two, thank you for viewing the virtual showcases all week and the virtual tours. Remember to use them as your chapter programs. Remember to put them on your social media pages. Let people know everything that is happening within this convention. Let them see that which maybe they should have been a part of to stir and spark their interest for next year. Remember to complete your map activity that goes along with your virtual tours. Bonnie has already told me she is getting map emails already because people have enjoyed their virtual tours so much. Remember to do that for yourself. You could win a door prize from that map tour. Third, thank you for engaging in the virtual marketplace. Of course, remember, it is open until next Friday. Friday to Friday, we felt that was a convenient way to remember. Leslie's already told you all about accessing it, sharing it with everyone. But you know what else? Remember, it is not just a member virtual marketplace. It's a marketplace that's open to anyone that's out there. If they've got money to spend, why not let them spend it on North Carolina? So North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma Virtual Marketplace, encourage people to support the donation sites, encourage people to look at the leadership baskets and the educational foundation photo, or excuse me, painting, because at this moment we could use that. So think about that, share it with everyone. Next, thank you for subscribing to the North Carolina Delta Kappa Gamma YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is blowing up. Don't forget to subscribe. Everything we do, we will try to put there. If it is permissible to be downloaded and uploaded to YouTube, it'll be on our channel. Subscribe to that so you don't miss anything. Thank you as well to the countless number of people who made this event possible. I cannot and will not try to name people. They know who they are. I have told them consistently, thank you. I want to say publicly, thank you to all of those people who made this event possible. Something fun as well is I get to announce the last 2 door prize winners, but I'm going to hold that till last. But I want to remind chapter presidents, guess what tomorrow night is? Tomorrow night is ask time. We only have 2 more ask times together, but tomorrow night is our next ask time. So I look forward to seeing you and watch for your Zoom invites tomorrow. And also as well, keep in mind that I want you to hear from me say that we will be doing an evaluation of this experience. As soon as I am done and I say adjourn, Leslie Black will be emailing you an evaluation Google link form, just as we did the election process yesterday. So please take some time, look at that evaluation, be reflective, but also remember, this was a first-time experience. So be constructive with your feedback, because we very much appreciate it and very much want it. And we want to find out what we can do differently and what we've learned from over the last couple of days. So watch for your evaluation link coming from Leslie. And as I close, I want to say thank you to this membership. Thank you for entrusting me this biennium to serve as your state president. I have said this for 2 years. It has been my joy to serve you. It has been my joy to watch each of you ready, set, grow. It has been my joy to watch the seasoned members of this state step into arenas they would have never imagined. It has been my joy to watch our young members embrace this new world we're in and share it well with the veterans so that we can all learn. But most of all, it's been my joy to give back to the society that has given me so much. Thank you once again for being here, for letting me cry even when I shouldn't. But you know what? Sometimes you just need to. And with that said, I turn the mic after I do the door prizes. There are 2 door prizes. I will say those 2 door prize winners, and then I will turn the mic over to our incoming NCDKG 2021-2023 president. Our last 2 door prizes are Dee Snyder and Carol Hood. So Dee Snyder, I have seen you here all day long. Carol Hood, I hope you have been here as well. Watch for those door prizes to come in the mail within this week. Congratulations to all our door prize winners. I turn the mic over to Beth.
I adjourn this meeting of the 2021 State Convention, and I am looking forward to seeing each of you next April in Asheville, North Carolina.
Are we done? Are we done? I think we're done. Except,
Now we'll see it over here.
except that I will see it there, and then I would like for us to get a picture of
Yes.
you pinning it on her
Here I am.
for our newsletter.